Alright, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Exotic Industries today, and this is what we have left that we have not automated yet. This one we need energy crystals for. There is technically one other thing we can do, which is rails using steel beams and iron mechanical parts instead of copper. That can be done as well. This will give us 2 rails instead of 1 using copper, and I'm quite sure we're going to need plenty of copper when we get to higher tier circuits and stuff. But we're going to shift gears a little bit, and instead of automating this stuff today, we're going to take a look at making the energy crystals. But before we do that, we are going to have a walk down here, because I promised you guys a talk about the solar tower down here. So I rebuilt it, as you can see, and it is pretty much full size. We're only missing a little bit down there on the bottom, a little bit on the edge there, but pretty much it's full size. But you will notice the way I did this, I brought water in on this side, steam out over here to the turbines on that side. That way we could get even more mirrors packed into this thing. But you will notice that it says, when we click in here, mirrors 112 of 546 for full capacity. Now there is no way I only have 112 mirrors out here. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 23 probably by 20-ish, maybe 21. So that's like 400-ish mirrors we have out here. And the reason being that you cannot do the reactor type of thing of putting them together. Even though they sit together, at the bottom it says generates heat, output 60 megawatts, plus 0% neighbor bonus. So we actually need to remove all 3 of these. And now this one, when it gets its update, should say it has all of its mirrors. I'm hoping it's going to say. Maybe it needs to wait till tomorrow. I don't know. But we're going to try. But I'm pretty sure we weren't doing much of shit with all 4 of them being in here. So now the thing is, it says average heat generated. Now maybe I need to take the mirrors out, put them back in. I don't know. Give me a second. I'm going to try that real quick. I'm going to pause the recording. I'm going to go through. I'm going to rip all the mirrors out again, put them all back in. Be right back. Okay, real quick update. Still says 112. I've ripped out all the tops. I'm assuming this here is going to be the 112. So I'm going to rip out the other side. We'll see what it does. Okay, I ripped out all of those, and it still says 112. So let's start taking these off a layer at a time, and let's see when it actually changes. And yes, I've been using the nanobots to rip these out because holy crap, would that take forever if I did it manually. We're still at 112. Before I do that, let's copy this. And I think I was like right up to there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take that out. You can see the beams going over there. Yep, so that's definitely adding to our mirror count. And that does go up high enough. Alright. And we know that we were like right in this area. So we're at 211, 210, 210. Okay, so all of those should be fine. We're at 211. What about this one? Still at 211. Alright, I think all of those need to come out because you can see the rays. Alright, so that should take care of that. Now, if we just copy this and paste it back in here, we do have one other row here. There we go, that takes care of that. I gotta get down here so they can get to these bottom ones. Do I have any landfill on me? I do. Good, let's fix that. We can get those two in there. So now we're up to 301. And we got something chewing on my stuff. I gotta go deal with that. Go. Alright, let me go deal with whatever this is. I'll be right back. One little spitter got all the way up in this far and tore up one of my steam engines and was working on a couple others. I'm gonna have to see if I can figure out. Looks like he came in right there. I don't have full coverage around here. If we look at pollution, he must be just trying to expand. So I'll have to go and put some more turrets up there and fix that. That's one of the things on the list that we didn't do is bullets. But I think we have figured out exactly what I was thinking about the solar turbines. So I'm going to, or the solar tower. I'm going to go finish building the solar tower, getting all the mirrors back out, and then we'll get busy on the energy crystals. Alright, apparently we have 471 of 546. We can still do one, possibly two lines over on that side and two down along the bottom there. But that should be pretty decent. I'm guessing it's going to keep all of our heat up here. I am going to change one thing because these are now not going to do anything. So I'm thinking if we do it like this, and then we'll just have to put in a heat cable for those two. That should work, and what I'll probably end up doing is that all the way around this. And then we can just run that like that for the steam. And then we'll put in the other three that I had somewhere else. And we still have to do something with that poor little guy up there because, well, he's kind of sad. Anyways, let's get looking at making energy crystals today. And I'll deal with taking some heat pipes up there because I don't have any on me at the moment. Alright, so we need crystal grower, and that is going to need acid water and energy crystal. And to make the acid water, it comes off of our kerosene that we have been using to make sulfur. So we're going to have to start piping that over, which means we're going to have to get our sulfurs from elsewhere, which we have a sulfur chunk right there. So that means we're going to have to start the deep mining. So let's get that turned on. And now that will give us crushed sulfur from that little spot right there. Let's go ahead and come on over here and take a look. If we even have any of that available at the moment. So no, we're actually full on diesel and we're short on the acid water because our diesel is completely full, which is going to be another thing that we need to take a look at. Is there any other way of making this acid water? So we can mix sulfur and water together to make it. We eventually have other stuff we can do, but as of right now, if we want, we could leave that the way it is and then just use our crushed sulfur over here. And I think that's what I'll probably do, is we'll use the sulfur we're going to get from here for that. And then we'll use that over there for making our diesel. Okay, so while it's doing its research, which it looks like everything is going fine, we do still need to run the copper and the iron in here for these basics. We also need to get these finally changed over. And let's see here. These are actually going fast enough with the steam inserters, so I'm really not going to bother changing them at the moment. We have plenty of the blue ones being made. Yeah, those are doing fine at the moment, even though I don't have circuits and what is that on top? Is it steel mechanical? Yeah. Alright, well, let's get this part. We're going to change this part here because we have the engines right here. So we're going to take these and we're going to bring them over this way. And then we'll just do it like this. Alright, that got done. And we're going to have that come in to this one. But we're also going to have the steel mechanical come in from there as well, because we have the steel mechanical right down here. And there's no real reason to run a separate one for that. So I'm just going to bring this up, and we're going to come across here. No, we don't want to go across there. We want to come across here so we have enough room in case we need to do a underground here. We've got enough room to do it. Like right here, I'm going to run an underground across there, and it doesn't fit. So we're going to use one of these, and then we'll bring this one up like that, and then I guess I kind of should do this the other way around, shouldn't I? Since that's going to be coming in there, let's just bring this all the way across here like that. We can have that go in there and there. We may change this yet, because I'm not 100% sure we're not going to need to do more of these, but we could always do them up here as well. We can go ahead and connect that now, and let's just take all of these circuits out of here, and we're going to have the circuits come in on the top one. So we'll just change this belt over to the other direction, and honestly, for right now, I can do this, set this for the circuit, have it go out on the top, and then I can just have them come down and go there, and I won't have to move them over. And now the steel mechanicals and backfill right behind it. Alright, our deep mining is done. And it unlocks purifier, gold text plates, and uranium processing. That's nice. We're going to get that early. And I'm going to go ahead and do this because that's going to be washing our ores. We'll go ahead and take care of that as well. Alright, circuits are going all through there like they should be. I'll just run over from this one right here. I'll just run that over for the circuits when it gets done. Alright, so let's take a look real quick at this right here. Deep mining drill. Nothing we don't already have. So that should be pretty easy for us to throw in here and get automated up. Where is our drills? Are here, so we're going to put this one here, and we'll set that for the deep drill. We'll take this out of here for the moment. I'll put that in there. We can have that come in from there. We need motors, which we can have come in from up there. We need steel beams that can come in from there. And then the only other thing we need is steel mechanical parts, which... do we even have steel mechanical parts over here yet? I don't know that we do. We do, right here. Alright, and that comes in here, mixes with our... Oh, it's right up above it. Okay. Now the issue is... what would it hurt? That would be a problem. Nothing else would really be an issue but this. So why don't we take and do this? Bring this down across here, and then what I'm thinking is, well, no, I was gonna say we could bring it in and switch it out for there, but that really wouldn't help because we need it from up here. It would, but it wouldn't. We could put it in here, and I may still end up doing that if we need steel mechanical up there, like when we get to the next tier of this. We might need steel mechanical, and if so, I'll just change this belt down to here and change that one out to do both. Alright, our purifier's done. We'll look into that stuff in a moment. But let's go ahead and get one of these put in right here. And there is our deep drill. This drill can access ore veins, needs 1 second drill fluid to work. So all of these spots now, we can put a deep drill on like that, and it'll give us our stuff if we can supply it with drilling fluid. Now, I don't think it needs power, which is kind of weird. So drill fluid. Oh, that's how they're getting around it not taking power. Rather than it take power, the drilling fluid takes solid fuel. Interesting way of doing it. Okay, so we need to look at which one of these we're going to be making. We can use heavy oil, light oil, residual oil, or petroleum to make the fuel. So I like to look at the solid fuel and see what the input and output is for each one. So you've got 10 light is going to give 1, 30 is going to give 1 of the residual, 20 will give 1 from petroleum, and 20 from heavy will give 1. So to me, that says we should do the light. It takes the least amount of input. We're already making it without cracking. We can crack it into something else, but we can also take it off before it gets cracked if need be. So I'm saying light is going to be the way we go. The only other option in my mind would be heavy, because we can crack that into kerosene, or we can make it into lubricant, and eventually we can do the coal liquefaction either of these ways. Actually, I don't see a way of cracking that into light, which is interesting. Can we crack... Okay, we can crack kerosene into light. Alright, well, let's go look. If it's going to be heavy, then kerosene, then light. Let's see. That might make heavy better. If it's 20 to 1 here, it's 50 to 40, so we're going to lose 10 by cracking it to kerosene. Then we're going to lose another 10 by cracking it to light. So if we did 50 of them into heavy fuel, it would be 2.5. If we did cracking, we would have 50, 40, 30, and that would give us 3 with the light. So even cracking it from heavy to light, we would still have more from light fuel. So light fuel is what it's going to be. And what are we doing over here? We're full on light. We have barely any kerosene. We're only half on heavy and very little. So that even more reinforces we're using light fuel for our solid fuel. So now the question is, are we going to use a regular chemical plant? And I think we will. This is made in a chemical plant, right? Yes, this is made in a chem plant. And it's also going to be twice as fast doing it in a regular one. So we're going to set that up. And we'll do that next time. We'll get the light fuel set up, which means we can also start using that for our trains. Though I think if we have time, we're going to make our new trains in the next one as well. But I'm doubting it. What is it going to take to make a train? The new locomotive is going to be a circuit and engine and steel beam. That's pretty damn quick. But never mind. We're going to finish up this deep mining and the energy crystal thing in the next one. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you back here next time for part 2 of this process.